I think these events are becoming more about Planet Apple, not just about iPhones. And while it's the time of the year that the new iPhones come out, we should get a nice iPad update, a nice Mac update, and get a lot better information about what they're doing in AR and VR. So it's more about Planet Apple. I think we put too much emphasis on the iPhone. We see what services is doing. It's going to be $50 billion.
You got to put the emphasis on the iPhone. I mean, that's the majority of revenues. That's what's driving the truck right now. So yeah. And when they say it's a product announcement, it's a product announcement. So that's mostly iPhones, right?
But what's growing faster, right?
Services.
And, services is definitely growing faster. And so even last quarter, you saw units for iPhones grow 1%. You saw the active installed base grow double digits, right? So, I think, and what does that mean, right? Those people are eventually going to go out and buy services. Mm-hmm. And that's what Apple's doing. I mean, they're planting all these different trees that will yield, revenue from things like services in the future.
What is Apple's trade vulnerability?
Well, obviously, China's about 20% of their revenue. So I think they've done a relatively good job of communicating with President Trump over, their concerns.
Are a lot of their phones
China.
Manufactured there?
And obviously all their manufacturing is done there. So you could, the issue is, are there tariffs on some of the components? Is there, an issue with tariffs when you sell over into China? There's a lot of things that could go wrong here. I think so far they've done a good job.
With this next round of tariffs, though, which is much broader in terms of the goods that are encompassed, will they be hit in some way in terms of their components or other aspects of their manufacturing? So
they said on the call, it's certainly possible. They're going through all the details. A good example would be this. In their data centers, they use certain equipment that might come from China. Could they be hit in something like that? So it may not be as direct as we think, but something indirect could hit them. I don't think it's going to be a material
Ford,
event.
as we heard, is not going to bring in a model of car made in China. It's a totally different business, totally different economics, because of a 25% tariff on it. If there's a 25% tariff put on iPhones that come out of China, assembled iPhones that come out of China, that's going to affect their business. That's going to take a $1,000 iPhone and make it $1,200.
So I think everything we've seen so far, we would not expect that. We would not expect that. I think there's always the risk.
They're going to get a break?
On the edge that it depends on what product category and what industry they're talking about, right? So I think has been some media reports, maybe some of the components on Apple Watch could be susceptible. I know on the call they indicated, for example, something indirect like a data center. So I think some of these less material items could have an issue, but I wouldn't expect this to be a major impact to their business, right? So it's more of a news impact than it is a fundamental impact, in my view, as we sit here today.